Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. Thanks for being here. We are to part 3 on our Viking Seax build, and I had planned to go ahead and start putting the handle on right away, but in a moment of deep thought I decided to actually go ahead and throw a differential temper on the blade here. Not necessary, but it's going to make this thing virtually indestructible. I'm gonna show you guys this little jig I just cooked up here. So my quench tank is a long rectangular shape, which is actually really handy for a variety of different things in the blacksmith or bladesmith shop more specifically. The way I like to do differential temper is by what's sometimes known as blue backing the blade or the spine of the blade, and that's simply heating up the spine of the blade. While you do that, while you're heating up the spine of the blade, it is crucial to keep the edge and up from the edge a little ways cool, so that you don't lose the hardness of your steel at that point. So what I did here is, since there's a nice lip on the edge of my quench tank here, so I just got a piece of flat stock and then a piece of 3/8 by 1 inch, and it could be any number of dimensions, but it fits right down here. It allows me to clamp the blade to this piece of steel and suspend it, submerged it exactly the position that I want it, and then I can go ahead and heat up the spine of the blade. So I'm excited to try this out. I'm gonna go ahead and temper the tang out before I move on to the spine. I did a boo-boo. I got the torch down too far. Look at that. I think our Seax just got a little bit shorter. Just gonna let that cool as slow as it needs to. That's all right. It'll be it'll just a touch shorter. I'm not reheat treating this. I mean, it's just gonna do it. So be careful if you're gonna do that. Okay, so I have the tip reprofiled and fixed. This is the compact version. Now you know exactly how I get that soft gray, slightly mottled finish, which I am kind of digging. I've ground the surface of the tang down a little bit so we have a nice clean contact surface for the epoxy. Grinding the surface of the pin gives micro channels for the epoxy to lock in with, and just enhances the strength of the handle construction. But I just discovered that I am out of 1/8 inch stock, brass stock, to make pins, which stinks. I really need to put a whiteboard around here somewhere where I can write down stuff right when I run out, because then I won't forget like I just did. I found some little bitty piece. I think this is gonna be enough. I'm gonna straighten that out a little bit and Okay guys, I have the handle rough shaped on this. I've gone for a bit of an hourglass shape to the cross section of the handle. And what that does is sort of locks your grip in, and it's very comfortable. So in this case, we've got a relatively generous drop edge or guard there anyway, but this would be particularly useful if we were going with a more traditional Seax style. So, this is a bit of a learning process. I applied too much continuous heat to these handle scales, and you can see where there is now a gap between the tang and the handle scales. I should have got that heat right on the surface of the wood immediately so that it didn't have time to heat the entire piece of wood up. That was a major mistake on my part. I don't think the scales will come off at all or anything like that. Hopefully somebody can learn from my mistake. Another issue that you can run into with handle material is the humidity level, and particularly where I live, the humidity level can be quite high, especially in the fall and winter. I had brought these scales in overnight into the house where the humidity level is kept at about 45%, but one night may not have been enough, and so that was probably another factor in applying the heat and then creating that little gap around the tank. Okay guys, we have an edge on the blade here. As you can see that it is shaving sharp. So let's test this. Felt a little bit like Jay Nielsen there. Okay. Still shaving sharp. I'm out of breath. Whew. All right, number 2. Guys, thanks for coming along on this build. It was a lot of fun. I hope you had fun as well. Stuff to make a sheath for us, so that's gonna be cool as well. I appreciate you subscribing to the channel, hitting the notifications button. Thanks for watching and have a great day.